What's up guys, it's Valk here. Playing with the pharmacy in a game can be extremely strong. It allows Pharah players to take riskier moves while easing the thought of needing to hunt for health packs upon incoming damage. In this video I'm going to explain the different playstyles with a mercy and what you need to keep in mind. Some of the points will be pretty obvious, but I'll be covering them anyway. This is a topic many people have asked me to cover, so this one is for you guys. Many people talk about how strong pharmacy can be, but it requires proper coordination to be pulled off correctly, which brings communication as a huge factor. I can only really talk about the levels that I'm playing Pharah, which is in the GM region. I feel there are some advantages and disadvantages to pharmacy, but I can help you make the most out of your gameplay. Many of the disadvantages can be resolved by small adjustments. Let's talk about the advantages with Pharah Mercy. To begin with, you're more likely to survive an aggressive dive attack on a McCree or a soldier, as they'll have a hard time zoning you down if you have a Mercy attached. This makes Pharah Mercy great in dive compositions. You can find more details on the actual mechanics of diving on one of my other videos, how to counter Soldier, McCree and Widowmaker, and this technique also works well without a Mercy too, but you have less room for mistakes. The link to the video is in the description. Being able to dive with the extra survivability with Pharah is one of the main elements of making a strong Pharah Mercy team. It's known down in lower SR that this can cause problems, probably due to aiming and lack of team coordination to deal with the problem. However, in the games I play, good players can still deal with the pharmacy and get wiped even on dives, so you need to make sure you plan your attacks properly. And by planning attacks, I'm talking heroes which can go down in just a matter of seconds with not much interference, but also being aware of what can easily take you down in the surrounding area. One big problem being Roadhog, D.Va that's just using defense matrix, or being exposed at long range to Widowmakers. I also highly recommend dive comp for Pharah Mercy because the other members of your team can finish off the low targets that might sneak away. Use the voice comms to agree upon a target to commit to when you dive. Typically, I'll always be focusing that target unless an immediate threat presents itself, which I need to deal with. Let's talk about the other side of Mercy, the damage boost, which gives you an extra 30% damage per shot. The extra damage can go a long way, giving you 156 damage per rocket, which is enough to one-shot a Tracer. To help the team, the damage should also be used to melt down enemy shields, since if you don't have a dive comp and you're on the back line, your team might be struggling to get past Reinhardt's defenses. It's important that the extra damage is put where it's needed and for what is best for the team, and not just solo flank missions with the Mercy. The bonus with Mercy Boost is that in combination with the Pharah ultimate, it will outdamage an ulting Zenyatta or a Lucio beat, not to mention that you still have survivability that the Mercy can change to damage straight into the healing. Something which is also important is that you're aware of the Mercy. This means checking the Mercy health to see if she needs help, using initiative, for example taking the Mercy to the high ground or somewhere safe when she has her ultimate, and also communicating with the Mercy when you're in the air so that she has an escape from the fights on the ground. So to summarize my playstyle with Mercy, I'm more aggressive on dives, putting faith that I'll get healed. I'll use the damage boost where it's needed most unless I see an opportunity window, staying aware of the Mercy and making sure you protect and help the Mercy reach locations better for the play. I'm also going to cover in the disadvantages some plays that I might not be able to do because it might put the Mercy in jeopardy. Let's go on to look at the disadvantages of having a Mercy and how we can best combat that. Sometimes I don't like using the word disadvantage when it's something which just requires some common sense. The way that I move around with Pharah is pretty rapid, using Concussive Blast to quickly get to safety, which is great for me, but the Mercy can get stuck around corners and also move slower. I used to typically not play with the Mercy, since I always got worried that I'd just leave her for dead while escaping. To combat this, having a coordinated push with the team means that there'll be more people to help at a location, giving the Mercy enough time to get to safety. Keep in mind when taking certain routes if the Mercy will be able to keep up. When you have a pocket healer, you need to be effective. If you're taking the Mercy away, it means there's only one ground healer for the rest of your team, and that means that you need to make sure you're putting the damage in where it's needed, otherwise you're going to lose team fights. This is also a reminder that the Mercy might not be with you all the time, and res is also gained faster from healing tanks. Bad communication can lead to unnecessary deaths. It's only a disadvantage if you do it. So make sure that you communicate well with your healer. For example, if the Mercy is falling off the edge, this can easily be resolved if the Mercy just says, hey, I'm falling off the edge, can you come and pick me up? Or assuming that when I'm going to dive a target that the Mercy is going to be with me, because I might put myself in a situation that I can only get out of with a Mercy. Talk to the Mercy and see what way they play, because everybody has a different playstyle. While you're pretty safe with the heals, you can't assume that you're invincible and that you can take on a whole team of 6 just because you have a Mercy attached to you. With enough focus from the enemy team, the Pharah Mercy can be easily taken down, so I wouldn't recommend just diving into the center of all of them. That is, of course, unless the enemies are really weak or you have people diving with you, so their focus can't just be 100% on you, because if it is, they're ignoring the other people doing damage to them. Keep in mind when you play games without a Mercy that you'll have less room for mistakes, as I said earlier, so when you dive, you need to make sure that you can get health packs easily or stay covered from the enemies. My Grandmaster Guide to Playing Pharah helps with the theory of diving. As I said at the start, none of this is revolutionary, but you guys asked for a video on the subject and how my playstyle works with the Mercy. Hopefully this video has been insightful. If you've enjoyed it, hit the thumbs up, drop a sub for more awesome Overwatch content, and follow on Twitter and all the other social medias that you can find in the description. You can also see the Pharah gameplay live on my Twitch channel, Valkyria, every day. If you love my content, you can support me by subscribing to my Twitch channel, and if you have Amazon Prime, you can link that with Twitch and get Twitch Prime, and subscribe for free. However, this does need to be renewed every 30 days, but it helps me out a ton. The link to the stream is in the description.